It was a dream come true. You know, being able to play CIS basketball in front of my friends and family was a big thing, and you know, that first weekend was the first taste of the next 5 years to come. So, you know, I think I played with a little more passion back then, a little less brains, a little more passion. But you know, it's still that little kid that steps out and was watching Pandas and Bears games when he was 4 years old, coming to play in the gym. So, you know, if you're living your dream, you gotta make sure you take advantage of every moment. My first game as a CIS player, and I don't really remember too much about the play. I just know that guy playing in that game was a lot more fearless than I am today now, especially with my back injury last year. But there's a lot of things that I've changed about my game, and you know, that the way I attack the rim then is still the way I do now.
You mentioned just being around practice and stuff since you were 4, and your dad talked about that probably helping you a lot. I mean, how much of an advantage do you think that was, just to have that kind of access to a high level of basketball, and you know, especially at such a young age?
Well, it's less so the access to basketball and more so the access to those two people that I like to call mom and dad. You know, they've coached me from a young age and always been influential, and even when I got to university, they were always breaking down how the game went over dinner the next night, and they're always giving me lots of feedback and lots of support. So to be able to be basketball 24/7 is a big advantage, and you know, with the two brains that I've got to pick at home is huge too.
You still got the most important chunk of this season to go, but what are you going to take away from these 5 years here? I mean, what kind of sticks out with you the most right now?
Well, it's the bonds you make. I mean, with the alumni, with my teammates, with the coaches, you know, you've been through some stuff that you don't necessarily move away from that easily. You know, you got guys in that locker room that I've been playing with for upwards of 6-7 years. So, you know, those are your friends for life. Those are the guys you can always have something with, and that's a bond that's not easily broken. And even with coach and with former coach Greg Francis, you know, there's always those connections and those battles that you've been through together. So, you know, looking back, that's always what's going to stick out for me.
Do these things matter to you, the records? I mean, you've knocked down all of them now, and there's just this one. This is a big one. Do you think about it, or is it something you think about later?
I'm certainly not changing my game to try to break records, that's for sure. I mean, it's happened naturally, and my teammates have done a great job of putting me in positions to be successful. And you know, ultimately, I think I'm a lot more proud of my overall record as a Golden Bear. So my winning percentage is a lot better than most, and you know, to be able to have that is huge. You know, if I was on a team that went 4-16 and I had all these records, you know, that's something that's going to be quickly forgotten because you're not a successful basketball player. So, you know, I think being able to win championships and win games is a lot more of a legacy than, you know, than some statistical numbers.